5-0 win against a Cheshire Premier Division side, completely different workout than you've had previously. What are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I thought it was an ideal workout and an exercise as such. The game went exactly how I thought it would. First 10-15 minutes, we obviously made 5 changes from the Druids game, so it was going to take a little bit of time for us to just click in terms of a bit of organisation, and it did. And the frustration then came out a little bit, and so it was fairly level first 10 minutes. But once we got the first goal, it settled us down. Their desire and commitment obviously eased a little bit, so gave us a bit more relaxation to enjoy the football a little bit. But no, positive. I think I said in the week on the website that we wanted a clean sheet, and to score 5 goals is good, and 2 or 3 good goals as well. And we kept going to the end again. Credit to Lostock, they did as well. I thought they might have died last 20, but they kept going right to the end. So no, happy with another performance and another good workout. So.
Yeah, I mean, trailed in 3 of the first 4 games, and really they could have started quite brightly, couldn't they? They had 2 good chances, number 8, one at the back post, and then the lob just over Grant Hartley. Is it a concern to you at all that we're starting a little bit sloppy? I know you mentioned this in the week that you can't afford to do that on August the 6th.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a concern, but nothing that I'm too worried about. I think that was possibly down today just to the changes, 3 changes really in that back line. I think that perhaps had a big emphasis on that, but and against the better sides, we perhaps expected to go behind, because they're always going to be on the front foot early on, and that's what we found against Kidsgrove and Keffin Druids. But no, it's not a major concern. It's something we'll look at. But once we start getting consistent partnerships at centre half and at full backs, if we then start the season and we are going behind, then it's something to address. But we've proved against decent opposition that we can come back from behind as well. So pre-season, keep miling on. It's always a bit false, but to have those habits, what we've had the last 2 games, and today, just to not go behind, even though they did have that first chance, is all good habits, all good principles, and good learning, a good learning curve. So.
Yeah, good habits to get into, no question. Obviously, the first goal settled lads down a little bit. The second goal, we've got to talk about that. Dan Tinsley, first start, fantastic finish, really was.
Brilliant. We think we said Tinhead is the only one to sort of stay here from last year, and no one's nose has been cut off. They've all had the opportunity to come down. We want local lads playing, and Tinhead's brought right into where we want to go with the football club. And he's obviously got quality. Everyone knows, everyone locally said how much quality Dan's got, and it was his real first chance today to start playing the hole, and he did really well. And to get the goal, summed him up really. He nearly had the second one that he hit quite well. But no, full volley, wasn't it, on the left foot, about 10 yards out. Just sums up. People have said he's cut in from the halfway line here last season and hit one top corner, and that's what he's got. We know what he needs to work on. He knows what he needs to work on to try and get in our side every week. But he's certainly hungry to do that. So no, really pleased for Dan, and he's well liked by the lads, which is important. So.
2 goals for Ryan Thomas, came on second half substitute. We've also got good width as well on left and right side, and I thought Nick Marley second half made a really, really decent impact. Yeah,
Nick again is another one that we talk about young Matty doing really well, but Nick impressed in the first game, then he's been away, so to come back and play 45 minutes today, showed signs on the left hand side and at full back, is another one that we can really have a good go at this year, and he can do really well for the football club. Ryan Thomas, Tuesday night I thought he was outstanding. Today we talked afterwards, had a little chat. He's from his standards from Tuesday, I thought he wasn't great on the ball, but if he's only had an average game today and scored 2 goals, then obviously he's on the right track, because if you can have an average game and still score 2 and be involved in a 5-0 win, then it's encouraging, because when he has good games, it's scary what he's capable of. So no, two more good young lads that have done well today. So.
No question. I think we started the first half a little bit sloppily. We've already spoken about that, and it did take us a little bit of time to get into that rhythm when the second period, probably due to all the changes. But I thought we finished the first half and the second half well on top. It was a strolling game.
I think you nailed it there. The changes took us another 10-15 minutes second half, like it did first half, and then once that clicked, we got the 4th goal. It was all in their half. And perhaps if they had a little bit more quality on the counter attack, like we've done to Keffingers and Kidsgrove, they might have hurt us. But I think we played probably the last 30 minutes mainly in their half. I think they had 2 corners I think all game. So that summarises the territorial sort of advantage we had. They weren't in our half that much, and when we played the better sides, obviously I think we had just as many chances as Kidsgrove and Keffingers and Barnton. So no, I think it was a dominant display, and it did take us. It just took us 20 minutes each half, 15 minutes each half to get going, and then we stayed on strongly again. I thought they stayed on quite strong, as you said just at the start. We were expecting them to sort of drop off, and we was having fresh legs at half time, but they stuck at the task. So credit to Lostock. So.
Lots of different positional changes, 1 or 2 formational changes, but we're 3 weeks away from the start of the season, Luke, and the nearer that we get to that start date, you must have an idea in your mind of what your strongest 11 is likely to be on.
Yeah, we all said that as a management team. We said that before the game. The 5 changes we made from Tuesday, we said it's chances for those lads to come in, the likes of Dan and Pete Taylor, who played centre mid, and a couple of others that come back into the team. We don't want it to have an easy ride in terms of picking the team, because those good games we played, it's easier for us to go and say, well, that's our 11. But today's been, in terms of for them, has been a great exercise, because it has given us more ideas, and we know that lads can go in and do a job, and not just from off the bench, but starts. Those lads that are having their first starts today, they've gone and proven that it doesn't weaken us by playing those other lads that haven't had it as much as a go so far in the first 3 games.
Competition for jerseys, isn't that?
So,
must be a manager's dream, really.
So no, we need to have a squad of 18-20 players. I think we've got that, and by the training numbers, they're consistent. So we need to work with a tight-knit squad. We haven't got a reserve team here this year, which is disappointing in terms of giving lads games on Saturdays. So we've got to stick with a tight-knit squad, because you're not going to keep 24, 25 players happy. We struggle to keep 18, 20 players, good players happy. But we're playing 50-odd games this season. I'm pretty sure we can rotate it, and as it's proven today again, we can make 3 or 4 changes on a Tuesday night from the Saturday, and I don't think we'll be particularly weakened. So that proves the strength of the squad. So.
Another big game to look forward to Thursday night, 5th of 7th pre-season friendlies, AFC Liverpool, North West Counties Premier Division side. What are you expecting from that?
Good side, played against them a couple of times when I was at Winsford in one game last year, 2 years ago for the 4-stager. Very, very, very competitive side, typical Liverpool side. We had a tough game, but we had three real tough ones against sides higher above in the opening 3 games, and I'm pretty sure we'll be competitive. And it's a big word that we've said this year, that which Alport has to be competitive in this league. And there's nothing, even with Liverpool come down, there's nothing that worries me that we won't be competitive. We have got a few away. There's a few key bodies missing Thursday, but the team that will be put out, I'm pretty sure will give Liverpool a decent game. So, and then we bounce into week on Tuesday, where we've got League Town here. So 2 more good games to look forward to. We're nearly we're over halfway on the pre-season friendly schedule. We've played 7 games. Some teams are only just sort of kicking in, and have only played 1 or 2. So I think we've got a good head start this season, which will hopefully stand us in good stead. So.
The first social gathering tonight as well in the clubhouse. We've got a 5-0 victory under your belt. It'll be good for confidence, and the camaraderie and the team building, involving a lot of people involved in the club. Really important. No,
massive. All of us when we came here, the togetherness is essential to us achieving anything here, and it doesn't matter on what scale that is. If we're to win games, we have to have the whole club together, and that's been apparent. You've seen that yourself in the last 3 or 4 weeks. And tonight's our first real social. We've obviously got Steve Jones coming up, who's a good friend of mine in Carl's, and he's going to do a little bit of a talk through the pyramid. And then we'll go as a whole club, not just the players, as a committee. Everyone will go and have a couple of social drinks together. And it's important that everyone is together. Everyone knows everyone's name. So a lot of clubs, even at this level, you have the chairman who might be up here, and it doesn't really want to associate with the managers or the players. But here it's far from that. It has to be a little family. And if we're tight knit and we're like that throughout the season, then when we do have a bad result, we regroup and we stick together and we bounce back as soon as we can. I think if there's a bit of politics within the club, You've always got a bit of you've got a tough job in trying to bounce back when you have disappointments, because you're going to have disappointments no matter how good your team is or how well you're doing. You're going to have setbacks. So that togetherness will hopefully ensure that when we do get disappointments, that the off the field stuff helps us make sure we get back on track as soon as possible. So looking forward to tonight. It should be good. There's some great people here. It's fantastic people here. So I'm really looking forward to enjoying a few hours with them. So
you brought plenty of money?
Well, I'm hoping the chairman's here and he's given me a free bar after all the organisation. So we'll see. But no, it's important we put some money back into the club as well. It's a fundraiser for what me and Carl have put on, and it's for the club. So it's not just the social side of it and getting everyone together for an event. We've obviously got a fundraising side element to it that's important to how well we can do over the next 2 or 3 years in terms of support off the pitch financially. So
Terrific pre-season so far, Gaffer. Well
cheers,
done.
thank you very much.
Well.
Thank you.
Nick,